Nosara, Costa Rica is a hippie haven tucked away on the Pacific coast far from civilization. If you want a place to go surfing, practice yoga, and enjoy being completely surrounded by nature, this is it. Nosara is Jim's favorite town in Costa Rica, and he's come close to living here several times now. I first visited the town in middle school, and I've come back many times, so I can tell you a lot about how it's evolved over the years and why it's truly a beautiful, special place. Hi, I'm Ian with LivingOverseasTV. We're breaking down the cost of living in Nosara, Costa Rica. Before we dive into the details about living in Nosara, please take a moment to look at our website. We have a selection of travel gear that we highly recommend before you set out on your adventures. We receive a small commission on this gear, so by using our online store, you're helping us support this channel at no extra cost to you. You can find a link below this video. Nosara is a small beach community located on the Pacific coast of Costa Rica's Nicoya Peninsula. It's about halfway between Tamarindo to the north and Santa Teresa to the south. Our channel has cost of living videos for these towns too, so make sure you check those videos out. Nosara stands out for its distinct expat community where Americans, Canadians, and Europeans live alongside Ticos. Surfing and yoga are both huge here. There's a saying that sums up the town: no shirt, no shoes, Nosara. The climate is warm and tropical. High temperatures almost always hover around 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 degrees Celsius, with low temperatures around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius. It gets drier as you go farther up north in Costa Rica, so Nosara doesn't get quite as much rain as Santa Teresa or Montezuma, but still about 75 inches a year. The dry season from December to April is Costa Rica's main tourist season. If you want to surf and hang out on the beach, make sure to plan your stay during those months. So how much does it cost to live in Nosara? The prices in Nosara are similar to other beach towns like Tamarindo, though rates do fluctuate seasonally. The dry season is always more expensive. What tourists and expats call Nosara is actually Playa Guiones. Prices will be more expensive here due to the expat community. You can find much better deals in the actual town of Nosara a little ways away. For the most part, these prices are for the area around Playa Guiones, since that's what most of you will be looking for. A year lease for a one-bedroom apartment will cost you around $850 a month. A year lease for a three-bedroom apartment in town is about $2,300 a month. Nosara can really be all over the place for prices. So my recommendation is to come up with a budget and search around to find something that fits your needs within that budget. Basic utilities for a 900 square foot apartment, which includes electricity, heating, cooling, water, and garbage pickup, will cost around $100 a month. Electricity is by far the most expensive and can drive that cost all the way up to $300 a month, depending on your AC usage. High-speed internet is about $50 a month. While you'll get your best prices with a year lease, I know many of you are looking for a few months stay. The best option is for you to head down there and ask around, find someone that has rentals sitting empty, and negotiate with them. If you want to rent ahead of time online, I recommend Airbnb month-long stays. Right now, for the month of March, there's quite a few options on Airbnb. On the cheap end, there's a 5-bedroom house near the beach for $750 a month. And if you go to the actual town of Nosara, there's an apartment for about $530 a month. Most month-long Airbnb stays will be from $1,200 to $2,200 a month. That being said, Nosara can truly balloon in price like nowhere else in Costa Rica. I found a 5-bedroom luxury house near the beach for $30,000 a month. If price isn't a consideration for you, maybe check it out. I talked to a guy living here that would stay in a home owned by a snowbird in the off-season. He got a truly great deal on this gorgeous house as long as he helped take care of it. This is the kind of deal I wouldn't mind finding. A low-budget backpacker could get by in Nosara at the low end for $850 a month. You'll be staying in a hostel, of course. I found most prices listed around $20 a night. If there's a lot of vacancy, you might be able to negotiate that price down. An expat with a mid-level budget, I'd suggest $2,200 a month. This should get you a good place to live and the typical necessities. If you want to live well and need space, $3,400 a month should be an approximate budget for your needs. Most of this cost is in the place that you're staying. Getting in with the community might help you find better permanent deals. If you're a snowbird coming down in high season looking for a house for just a few months, I'd recommend somewhere in the neighborhood of $6,000 a month. I know this is a lot of money, but that's because it really seems to be when everyone wants to be here. If you find a good deal on the place that you're staying, that'll bring that budget way down. Nosara's beaches are more protected than other Costa Rican towns, so you won't find as many restaurants right on the beach. Both Playa Guiones and Playa Palladia are part of Astounding Wildlife Refuge and are closed occasionally to make room for olive ridley sea turtles. The front 200 yards of both these beaches are protected from development and look just like they might have 100 or even 1,000 years ago. This is really one of the biggest draws to Nosara and makes it truly special. Playa Palladia does have a few restaurants nearby that offer great views of sunsets over the Pacific. A meal at an average restaurant costs about $11. A pint of domestic beer, about $3. A cup of coffee is about $3.50, and a bottle of good quality wine is about $10. Every time we visit, Jim and I go to Bar Olga's restaurant and order an entire red snapper to share between the two of us. It's become a tradition, and I tell you, Olga's has changed a lot since our first visit in 2003. Many internet restaurants and cafes offer Wi-Fi to customers, though cell phone reception can be pretty unpredictable. The actual village of Nosara is about 5 miles away from the beach. All the basic services are literally across the street from each other. You'll find the local bank right next to a gas station and the post office right next to the Red Cross. The Red Cross provides ambulance services, though the nearest hospital is in Nicoya, about an hour away by car. Nosara can be hard to get to. The Nosara Domestic Airport offers domestic flights to San Jose and Liberia. But if you travel by car, you'll have to brave some bumpy dirt roads that may be impassable during the rainy season. Four-wheel drive is highly recommended, but the roads have definitely improved over the years, especially since the first time I visited almost 20 years ago. Plus, since the town is more remote, it tends to draw a certain type of person that wants to go off the beaten path and prioritize nature and relaxed living. Nosara has been repeatedly recognized as one of the best places in the world to visit. The New York Times counted it among the top 45 places in the world to visit, and CNN picked it in the top 11. National Geographic lists Nosara's main beach, Playa Guiones, as one of the world's best beaches. I agree. Playa Guiones, also called Surfer Beach, is incredible. It's almost 4 miles of white sand and one of the world's most consistent surfing spots, with steady waves arriving 330 days a year. Just to the north, beyond an outcrop of rocks, is Playa Palladia. This is a smaller, more isolated beach, which is great if you're looking for a more solitary experience. There's an offshore reef that offers easy swimming, and at low tide you can go wading in the tide pools. Local fishermen make their catches from this beach, so if you're going out for dinner, you might just be eating their fresh catch of the day. Finally, the Nosara Biological Reserve features 90 acres of protected land where 270 species of bird have been identified. Monkeys are common in the area. Look up and you might see a whole troop of monkeys feasting on fruit trees. These are wonderful to watch and amazing the first time you see them. But howler monkeys can be very, very loud. I was often woken up by these guys, and I was even told that the Nosara Yoga Institute had a problem with them throwing mango pits. Keep an eye out for future videos. Pretty soon we'll be covering the cost of living in La Fortuna, Arenal area. Thank you for watching Living Overseas TV. We hope you enjoyed this video about the cost of living in Nosara, Costa Rica. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more cost of living guides to beautiful locations around the world, please subscribe to our channel. Click the bell icon to turn on notifications for new videos. If you have more information to share about Nosara, including recommendations for restaurants, places to stay, or local attractions. Please leave it in a comment. Your support really helps us to continue making these free videos to help digital nomads and expats find a place to call home.